Okay, so I am king. Each of you are part of a faction, one of the factions, and you'll figure it out. When we get in here, you'll see what's going to happen as we jump into this. We'll get a bit of a story, kind of interest into this, but it's going to be me, and let's go look at our introduction. Now that you're king, first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the wintry north, the wealthy coast, and of course, the bleak march. Hello, chiefs of the north. Good luck in the days ahead, your highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot, says Chief Awald Harley. To the patricians, we can say hello to you. This is your August Majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign, says the patrician out of blues. And then Baron Taikio from the barons says, hail and well met. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. Council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what a council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. So I'm trying to keep the kingdom intact. I'm trying to keep the kingdom in one piece. Each faction wants different things, and basically each faction wants power. And so it's trying to balance that power out. Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? Delaying any longer would make the nobles restless, and when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. All right, what do I do? Okay, the council will decide what happens. But it's my coronation. This isn't an absolute monarchy. Your Majesty, everything has to be run past a council vote, even this. Call the nobles in. Okay, so now you guys that are here get to vote, and I get to help sway it. If I want to, I can try to sway it. So we'll start the vote. What's it going to be? Will it be a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains? It's going to lower the treasury, but it'll increase stability. We can force the commoners to swear a blood oath. Authority goes up, stability goes down. And you can see your points over on the side over here. Throw the king into the river. Point. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Or D, troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. Why is C winning? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. wait a minute. I'll give it another minute here. You can swim, right? Not with this big crown on my head. It's tradition. Shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I need to bump the. I think it's still coming in though. I wonder if I should. Let me look in here real quick. I don't know how to adjust how long the vote is. We'll have to see if I adjust that. Oh, it's tied. There we go. I'm gonna say that one now. So I guess I can leave it open as long as I want. Okay. Excellent. 9 nobles voted for. Troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. Excellent. Excellent. Soldiers from across the kingdom take part in a parade. They've even outfitted an impressive new equipment for the occasion. So the North military is now mighty. Coast military is mediocre. Military powerful. Okay. As you climb up on the shield and hold your sword aloft, you realize this it's not going to be easy. Your arm quickly starts to hurt. Soldiers stagger and groan under your weight. Oh, wait a minute. Just leave it open until I'm happy with the results. Yeah. Sure enough, one of your shield bearers trips on a loose cobblestone and drops you face first into a puddle. In full view of half the city. Authority is down and now dubious. So authority, stability, and then trade, farming, military, faith. Okay. Let's go to, we'll go to the path of victory. Mud on my face, you big disgrace. Oh, man. Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? As a conqueror, so what's my goal? Military, stability, farming, saint, greatest king that ever lived, architect of a new golden age. I got a 4 authority. I mean, I think... What's that one going to be? That's going to be like money? Oh, trade. There it is. Oh, man. I think... I want to be remembered as a conqueror. No one remembers the trade kings. They remember the Alexanders. The Caesars. You know, the Trajans. The guys that conquer. Warrior King is sure to be remembered fondly if he wins more battles than he loses. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving your kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Went well for both those guys. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. I mean, Caesar had a good, 4 years? That's pretty good. Okay, so now, we end the season? Henny of the Scold clan, infamous northern rascals, stand precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Nook. How dare you, Scold? How do we make that happen? Okay, this is for Chiefs of the North only. Have 10 kids. Yeah, that'll do it. So A is a doppelganger. B is a prophecy, which is going to raise your authority. And C is a hornblower. So let me remember what's going on. So I want to make sure that... Is 10 the top? Like, I don't want chiefs to have more military than me. Is that right, how that works? I've forgotten how some of this works. What scheme do they pursue? They pursue prophecy. So their goal is to raise authority. I think it's going to tell me now. Okay. Plan to realize an ancient northern prophecy. Before the new monarch rises, the kingdom shall be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance their scheme, chiefs must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Claudia, the Truth Seeker family. Notorious coastal rapscallion, scribbles in a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Nook. Something must be done. Okay, so those are you green folks, patricians. You want to keep your authority and stability higher than our defiance, otherwise we can rebel. Okay. Okay. So your goal is going to be to raise treasury or monopoly. Raise own trade, which is already a 7. Or corruption, which is going to be lower authority. Do you want to go with something that you already got a lot of points in? Because you're already a 7. Patrician plans to privatize this kingdom first. They must build up their industry. The master scheme, they need to raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh, they're already at 7. Okay, so they're good in 4 seasons. And now we're to the barons. Okay, Vermis of the Kiradani bloodline stands in the blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. Right, this first goal is not the only one. Later on, you'll get another one to replace it. Okay. So now you guys have sorcery, which is raising authority, subterfuge, lowering stability, or propaganda, both lowering stability. Interesting. Both the same. Yeah, seems like Blue's got it together. They know what they want. Okay. Parents plan to make a bargain with a wizard. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved in political squabbles, but perhaps if the king was considered a threat to their autonomy. To advance their scheme, the barons must raise authority by 5 for more or more in 2 seasons. Upstarts are saying that they have the right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. Okay. We have no heir at the moment. We should get one of those. Royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes, but we can't pass more than 3 laws at once, and only 1 may be used per vote. So we're going to have these, the monarch vote and the veto. Okay, so I got to pick one of these. Monarch can mark the preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain an authority. So if I pick what, everyone else picks. Good. Timer set to 15 seconds, and the vote will automatically close when the timer is over. That one's kind of like, sorry you have bad internet. +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles adopt or vote for any one option. Yeah. Because if I pick that one, no one's going to pick it. Okay, we'll go to the Honor Guard first. As tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, patricians with champion gladiators from the arena, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Unfortunately, we can't recruit the northern warriors. Been a major scandal. They got drunk and burned down a church of the 9th. They won't come to the capital until this blows over. You'll need to pick someone else. What foreign mercenaries do you suggest? Got some folks from the Tatterlands called Battle-Bitten Brethren. So specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will betray a lack of confidence in our kingdom's fighters. Tell me about these coastal folks. A gang of low-born crooks turn themselves into celebrities through their skill of chopping other people to bits. Vain and selfish. Okay, I can't trust them. Veterans of the March. Fought more battles than we've had hot dinners. They'll be uncouth, no doubt, but they won't adapt well to a life in a palace. They're loyal and tough as nails. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Those crooks. So the foreigners are expensive. We lose authority. The coastal gladiators, I guess they raise and lower depending on where we pick it. Oh, because of who we pick. Or I don't need an honor guard. I certainly need an honor guard. Or else. So if I take the veterans of the March, yeah, and they'll go down. Everyone else will go up. Yeah, up to 2. Okay. Need a Nook's Crook shirt. Oh yeah, I should do a Nook's Crook shirt. Yeah, I want one of those too. Veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in a perfect formation before lining up behind the throne. Hands on their sword hilts. Each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last. Okay, let's go to call for apprentices. Ill winds, your majesty. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Skullheim. I believe it is Burzg, the Lord of the Bells. Tell me more about this wizard. He managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and naturally distrusted by the church. Okay. He has influence over sound and its counterparts. Silence. Put a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. Once in a lifetime opportunity for many. Doves of unwashed, glory-seeking common folk from all over the north are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants. I, little pond turtle, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but the citizens are no match. I'll be the most powerful noble this council's ever seen. You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help, says Sleth. To have a potential wizard on the council would present a clear and dangerous conflict of interests. How? Wizards answer only to themselves. Their power is unmatched, such that entire kingdoms can't stand against them. Even an apprentice on the council would be disastrous. Little pond turtle could use magic to interfere with votes, or you for that matter. Well, let's call the council. What do you say? Do we allow little pond turtle? Do we require they forfeit the noble title to become an apprentice? Or do we forbid them from traveling to Skullheim? I can also veto one. How do I do my thing? Am I supposed to do it beforehand? Yeah. This is everyone can vote for this, can't they? Should they be allowed to apprentice? That's going to wait. Lose wealth, gain treasury. All right, they forfeit their noble title in order to become an apprentice. Crime. Oh, I forget to hit continue. Okay, forfeit your noble title, become an apprentice. That sounds like a good deal. Acceptable compromise. Yeah. So I gained some treasury rights. The coast lost some money. Yeah. They inherit their position on the council, but the treaty confiscates the vast majority of their wealth as payment. Attracts all sort of visitors throughout the kingdom. Latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. As trade goes up for the north, farming is now meager. Let's go. Okay, we can come over. How do we see the people? Can't we see noble list? There it is. So there's everybody, and we can see how much money everyone has. So Pawn Turtle has no money. Basically, I took their money, and then there's everyone's gold, which will I think make sense here after this first round. I think money will start making sense. I've been thinking Marcher soldiers are without peer, but our armies could always be stronger. We need our better horses, but the best don't come cheap. The Ashmedians have a surplus of destriers at the moment. Horses bred for war. Perhaps the crown could go halves with the barons to acquire some. Good for the kingdom. Purchase horses cost me some money, but we get cooler. Yeah, we gotta go with that one. Discourage. Breed your own. That's kind of nice, too. I don't mind that one either. I'm going to say, I'm going to veto that one. So you may only vote for A or B. I don't mind whichever one you want, A or B. At some point, you spend your gold on stuff. Yeah, I think it's like after the season or whatever, at the end of the season. Thanks, Snowman. I should say, if you're on YouTube, I might be able to see it. But if you're on Twitch, if you want to say something to me, it's not. You might want to put at nookrium, just so I make sure I catch the chat. Purchase those horses. Okay, so it costs us some money, a lot of money. Handing over hefty sacks of gold to the ambassador, who eyes them suspiciously. So the baron's wealth has gone down. Also, so does mine. But sure enough, a few weeks later, a legion of feisty warhorses are delivered in the march, and it only cost you an arm and a leg. These are incredible beasts, Your Majesty. The barons will never have to ride our puny native horses again. I can't thank you enough. Military is now unbeatable. Look at that. Plus, that's a lot. Good thing you're not defiant. That's your win? Is that your win thing? You guys want to have a military there? Or is that mine? That's what I want. I want military. Red wants authority. Does it say it? There it is. Okay, and that's it, right? That's everything? Yeah. Okay, so nobles can use their personal wealth to bid on buildings, and only the two highest funded will be built. So you use exclamation point fund A or B, depending on which one you are. X is the character code, and Y is the amount you're pledging. Okay, so you put A, 500, whatever, if you want. Got it? And there's everyone has $1,000 at the moment. So red, basically it's either raise or lower authority for red, farming or military or trade for green. Okay. And these are just the richest folks. And you get a minute to vote this time. So only the only the 2 highest, so only 2 of these are going to be done. So one's going to get kicked out, basically. And so you're putting all your money in trying to get this done. So if 10,000 go into the aqueduct and only 100 go in the monument, it's only going to take the top 2. You understand. Chiefs and barons should go for A. Raise right, because red wants to raise authority. Blue wants to raise authority also. Blue's farming is bad. Does that matter? And then, there's the numbers. So we got 6,500 into the monument right now. Okay, so monument got funded, sculled through all their money into it. And then the bazaar, which is going to be a trade bump. Okay. I'm curious about finding a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid: your mom. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. But Mom, I don't want to get married. Nonsense. A king can't roll alone. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? No, I'll take a lady. I'll take a lady. Ladies make babies. That's what we're looking for. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Thanks, Dizzy. Let's go. Let's go see about this poor harvest. Unfortunate tidings, your august majesty. We have suffered an extremely poor harvest in the coasts. Bad weather. Okay, farming is now down to a 2 for green. That's a shame. What do we do about it? Not much. Even a king can't control the weather. It'll be a tough winter. That wasn't much of a... What do you even come to me for? Puny king, excuse me. You have not kept up with your warhorse payments. Remedy this or face the wrath of the empire. Excuse me? Explain the price to Baron DJ 4.0. They assured me the remainder of your initial payment would be received in installments. Receive no installments. They're overdue. That's a fabrication. We pay the amount in full up front. What kind of scam is this? Okay, what do? We force him to foot the bill. We can't. He doesn't have any money. So we can refuse to pay. We can pay them the debt they're owed, which is $1,000. I don't want to do that. Return the horses to them and apologize for the misunderstanding. No. A call for unity. I'm just going to call for unity. I don't want to do either of those. Hit the wrong one. I thought I was going to be able to pick one. Okay, I'll let the nobles decide. That's so Defiance goes down on that one. Interesting. Is that like across the board? I think it's 1 tick if it's just that faction, and then 2 if it's across the board. War is good for business. Yes. How very Ferengi of you. Yeah, refuse to pay. I ain't paying nothing. Look, we got such a good military. Who's messing with us? Nobody. So the kingdom pay for the remaining debt? No. Well, act like an unruly child, so you'll be treated. Expect a raven's head with my next correspondence. Actually leaves without another word. Thanks, Lord NRG. Yeah, that's it. I think that's everything. Yeah. Next season. Far to the north, where snows blanket the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs uncover an ancient prophecy foretelling the rise of a tyrant king and the warrior who will overthrow him. A congregation of god speakers huddle around the tablets detailing the supposed ancient story, whispering excitedly. Praise Morgana. Tablets are genuine. And the gods are good. We are blessed. Henny will be our monarch. All hail the Lord Render. Cheers circle the clan hall. A mug of ale is tipped over Henny's head. Influence of the old gods is spreading. We must ensure we keep the old ways of the north alive, and surely Morgana will bless us with the power to crown Henny. For the next stage, the chief's scheme, they must lower their faith to 4 or less in 4 seasons. This is blue. Oh, they're already at 0. Okay, in the march, Barnaby Barnacle stands atop a border fort, flanked by soldiers, glaring over Ashmedian territory with a scowl. The little portcullis rattles open. A twisted stone figure is carried into the fortress, borne of a palanquin, carried by hollow-eyed apprentices. The Baron goes down to meet him. Ooh. I've taken time out of my very busy schedule to come and meet you in this pimple of a fort on the backside of nowhere. I thought we might have a common goal, says Barnaby Barnacle. Baron Barnaby Barnacle. That is great. Save your breath. I already know what you want from me. Assistance in overthrowing the current king, am I right? Aye. Was it that obvious? I was born long before yesterday, my good Baron. Well, I don't want them to be bad. No, they got no defiance. We're good. We're good. Our goals might happen to align. I can't act on your behalf unless the bees are taken care of. You say bees? On this plane, they're simple insects, but in the apiary, the world of dreams and magic, they're powerful and intelligent. Call themselves the dreams of being. Innate fondness for royalty and sometimes protect monarchs from magical interference, but they won't harm non-magical folk. You can deal with them. Next stage of the scheme, barons must lower their region's combined farming to 14 or less in 4 seasons. Okay. Bees. Okay, different taxes. So we got common tax right now. We could raise, it's like, like, you know, I mean, they are, I don't want to make them too mad. There's a drought coming. I don't want to make anyone too mad. You're so loyal. A simple tax. Pitchforks for sale. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a dad joke and it'll all be okay. It'll all be okay as soon as I tell you the dad joke. I know. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something funny. I went to this. I was in the science, taking my kid to the science class, and they had a human skeleton there. They were building. Well, I secretly took the arm and hid it. No one found that humorous. Let's go see what kind of wife I got. I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. Okay. But what if I don't want to marry any of them? That's a decision that can wait until after you've seen them. All right. 3 portraits on easels, each covered by a cloth. I don't even get to meet them. No time for sentiment. You just need to match that befits your station and suits your political needs. Since the raise the taxes on the barons, choose they're fine. They're fine. This is Kestrid, firstborn daughter of the northern Klinzog clan. The other northerners have nicknamed her Windspeaker. Can't imagine why. She gets herself quite a wealthy, with a series of shrewd investments and a bit of controversy a while back when her clan hall burned down. Her peasants were to blame. I can see the appeal. From the coast, we have Aurelia, wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Advisor Ut's estate. She's got a reputation for honesty and fair-mindedness. That's rare along the coast. Okay, Aurelia is my number 1. She's an obsessive collector of rare books, so splash out thousands for the right edition. She's an absolute foundation of energy. No one can keep up with her. Okay, that doesn't sound quite as good. Could be worse. Finally, we have the Marches offering Joanna, scion of the prestigious Ethan's bloodline. Ethan Skis. A gloomy woman, prone to sudden floods of tears. Naturally, the other barons despise her for showing such weakness. Most of the barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow, nor is she, actually. She walks with a limp ever since she shot herself in the shin trying to hit a ferret. Is that all? Again, lifelong alliance. Okay. forget their names. I think it was Aurelia. I think it was one. Was that Aurelia? With the honest one. I want the honest one. Excellent. Did I do the right one? I think I picked the wrong. Oh, that's the coast. I picked the... Which one was it? I just closed my eyes and looked. Hey, thanks, Marmello. Aurelia is the honest one. Okay, yeah. Aurelia. War with Ashmede. Excellent. Bad news, Your Highness. I just received message from the Ashmedian ambassador. That's actually... 3's kind of high. We should deal with that. Accompanied by a severed raven's head. The Empire has declared war on us. We'll make them regret this. The Golden Age is long behind it. They're still bigger than us. More soldiers and a long history of conquest, but they lack discipline. Plagued by infighting. Kingdom's armies have not looked so formidable in a long time. I think we can win this. News of the war inspires waves of patriotic fervor across the kingdom. Old knights come out of retirement, and naive youths stampede to join the army. Hopefully it'll prove enough. Our military is even go up any... it can't go higher red, but everyone else is going higher. Yeah, farming is suffering bad. I know. Rest assured, Your Majesty, we will have full support in this war. What's our opening gambit? Build defenses on the Marcher border. Send assassins and saboteurs. Sue for peace. Forge an alliance with Tavalin. Who's Tavalin? If more than 50% of nobles vote. Monarch marks their preferred voting option and gets one extra vote. Oh, that's right. I get to vote for it. I'm going to say I trust that more than 50% will vote for the right one. Yeah, 10's backs well for red, but the other two can still go up. But yeah, I think we need this one more. We need to go assassinate them. I don't know what the forge alliance with Tavalin is. Maybe it's going to be a trade bonus later on. Oh yeah, look at that, 50%. Oh yeah. Excellent. Well, pat yourselves on the back. Well, not all of you, but 22 of you. Okay, stability is now civil. Excellent. Game of espionage and counter-espionage begins with your agents assassinating the Empire's generals and stealing their battle plans. Meanwhile, Ashmedian spies do the same with your own borders, wreaking havoc. Oh, what went back down? One day, Master Margarita turns up dead. An angular Ashmedian dagger buried between their shoulder blades. Oh no, Margarita. Things only get worse from here. The Ashmedians are better at this game. They destroy a major bridge, hampering trade on the coast to sow dissent in the Marcher army, causing hundreds of soldiers to desert. What? So Master Margarita 2 is now here. Thanks, Dream Seeker. You died. Number 2 is here. Trade's going down, and our military went down to 9. That's still pretty good, I think. And then we need... Is that it? Oh. The message from the wizard, Berserk. Your Majesty, I've heard it in my mind during breakfast. It was quite disturbing. The new apprentice, a little pond turtle, has died. What? This is quite normal, Your Majesty. Survival rate wizard apprentices is less than 1 in 10. Since it's a compensation, how about how charitable? What are the damage they've already wrought in Skullheim? Do we receive any compensation for that? Yeah, what about all the farming that we're tearing up? Oh, only this 150 gold. Perhaps the council will have any idea what to do with it. Well, that's not very helpful. So give it to the successor, which I'm sure Little Pond Turtle's going to be voting for. Pay the chiefs. There's a 40% chance of something. Build a statue for their bravery. Keep it for the treasury. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. Lost all money, then died. Sorry, turtle. It's been a rough life. By the way, those of you on YouTube that have joined in late, probably best to be over here on Twitch. Well, not best. The only way of being like participating is be on Twitch, and just !join, and it'll pop you in as into one of these. Give it to... Oh, well, that's wealthy. Very nice. That's nice of you guys. Look at that. What a nice chat. Okay, that's it. This is an insult to my namesake's memory. Who does wizards think they are? What? You just got money. This is green. Take it or leave it. Yeah, it was my... That's right. It was my money, not yours, to give away. And he was still mad about it. There's Tavalin. Okay. Oh, there's the other folks out here. Okay. Okay, next. It's my money, and I need it now. Those commercials aren't still going around, are they? J.G. Wentworth. Royal decree, we can tweak the laws. Okay, what do we need to adopt? We can only have... We gotta get rid of one of these, I think, if we pick a new one. So if they vote for my choice, they gain wealth. Oh, hey. Hey. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna get rid of... that one. I like the sound of that. Okay, the invasion has begun. Apparently there's a baby and a wedding and all that. Ashmede troops are amassing on the Marcher borders. It's okay, we got a lot of folks. Armies of the chiefs and patricians are marching, but not yet in place. For now, only the barons guard our borders. Could order the chiefs and patricians on a forced march at double speed might exhaust them before they reach the battle. No, we don't need to do that. The barons, they got 70%. The barons can handle it on their own. They got it. And then I am going to... I'm going to say this one and that one. Look, see, if you vote for me, you get extra $500. I don't know where the money's coming from. It's not mine, is it? I hope not. Probably the barons want the chiefs to come in. That's quite swayed. Buying votes does work. Okay, they can handle it. Okay, wait, it worked. Excellent. Eleazar rides off to muster your defenses. The wait is excruciating until a week later your marshal bursts into inform you that Ashmede began its attack last night. First battle already over. Dicey at first, but rallied the troops like a true hero. Lost a little bit of might, but we won. Despite the numbers, they haven't made it across the border. We held them off. A medal is in order. Oh, a medal to the baron here. Eleazar, unsure. I like it. He's just doing his job. No, we got to keep the red guys happy. Yeah, keep them happy. He beams as you pin a medal on his chest. Won't give up that easily. Unfortunately, we're safe for now, but there's no doubt they're gearing up for another assault. Okay, let's go have a wedding. Wedding to Aurelia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. Take this woman as your wife. Oh, people don't like that. I do. King and wife. Oh, did it go down? Maybe I read that wrong. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. New wife Aurelia delivers a short but heartfelt toast. So stability up, authority up, defiance. Oh, it did go down. Okay, I read that wrong. Down and everywhere. All right, that was good. Past midnight, you never felt more tired. Must profess, I'm glad it's over. We can finally talk openly to each other now. Well, what do you mean? Demands of life and royal court don't quite agree with me. So many liars, lick-spittles, and flatterers. I don't know how you stand it. It's my job. By the ninth, I feel for you. I couldn't do it. Finishing the last of the wine, you head to your separate bed chambers. It seems your wife is happy to take her time getting to know you. All right. That's not how you make heirs. But okay, do we have another one? Did I miss one? Oh, baby. Fine news from the citizens on the coast. A baby's been born on your birthday, bearing the birthmark in the shape of the number 9. Fantastic omen. Should we mark the occasion? Jewels. Send the Inquisition to make sure the birthmark is real. I don't want either of these. Okay, I'm gonna veto. I don't want anybody sending, like... Let's keep the Inquisition out of it. I didn't expect that one to come up. Bounty of jewels and fine wine. You're trying to use up all my money. But that'll give me stability. That's not too bad. The peasant brats. It's okay, I suppose. Kind of close. Okay, we'll give away my money. Thanks for voting to give away my money. Marvelous. We need to make money. We're very stable, but we need money. Permission to name the baby after you. What do you think, Your Serene Highness? As long as the baby's not ugly. Let me have a look first. I shall assess the baby's appearance and act accordingly. Let you know that the baby is perfectly adorable, therefore suitable for the name of Nook. Child of the coast named for you. Who knows what sort of person this baby will become? Can only hope you're around to see it. They're not the ones that are trying to put a doppelganger in, are they? Dingy seaside tavern. Two patricians on the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Economy's never been better. We're making more money than I know what to do with. Money breeds money. I made a series of investments, says Attack Mac, to improve our profits even more. What do we do with all our rest of our gold? So they are getting money. Start buying things, of course. Buy the whole kingdom, piece by piece. First, the king must be in desperate need of our gold. To advance the scheme, must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. I'd rather you not do that. So green guys, lower my money is what you want to do. Okay, I'll show you the... Where's my noble list? There you go. So, oh, yeah, you guys had a lot of money, except for Happy Culture. What'd you do, Happy Culture? Harley's only got $100. You do all the fighting. Yeah. Yeah, taking all my money. We have no heir. We'll get one. A Golem assault. I'm curious about that one. Imagine the Ashmedians have begun their second assault on our border, and this time they brought golems. Golems? Immune to arrows and conventional weaponry, their fists can crush any armor. They built hundreds of them. Our troops have already been forced to retreat, and now the Ashmedians hold miles of march or territory. What do we do against such threat? Trenches? Scramble their primitive brains, or hire a wizard to advise on defeating the golems. That's too much money. I am vetoing that one. The other ones aren't so good. Oh, dig trenches is going to hurt my farms. I'd appreciate it if you guys didn't do that. Burn the farms. No, we need the farms. Yeah, we need the farms. We're all going to die. Don't you guys want to have... Oh, yeah, you guys want to lower to 14 or less. So the barons actually want them lower. And they're succeeding at that. Okay, trenches and traps. They retreat steadily, leaving traps in their wake. Hidden tripwires topple the golems like trees. Highly effective. Still leaving territory undefended. Their forces conquer a sizable chunk of the march, looting shops, pillaging churches, and raising farmlands. Stability down, trade down, farming down, faith down. Lose all the golems in the process, and marcher casualties are minimal. Fantastic. Maybe this humiliation will be enough to persuade them to negotiate. Okay, blistering heat here in the green. It's going to be bad for my farms. Tidings, summer has been exceedingly hot this year. What can I do? Peasants work through the summer. I gain authority, lose stability. Gain some defiance. But these guys I don't mind. Encourage regional immigration to supplement the labor market. Defiance down, which would be not a problem. Everything down. Midday siestas, bad. Should I give them money to make sure they pick that one? Yeah. Work through the summer! So I don't think, like, what's green want? Green wants me to lose my money. Yeah, $500 sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Excellent. Do I need to, let me know if I need to hold it. Like if someone's having troubles getting time in there, if it's cutting it too close, let me know. And I'll wait a minute before I hit next. Hey, Orthodox, thank you very much. Prevent the worst of the heat wave's effects by forcing peasants to work just as hard as usual. Many die underneath the scorching sun. People start comparing you to the King Archibald Goldfinger. Okay, is that it? We got one more. The Songstress. Chief Snron. A bard who calls herself the Songstress has been making waves in the north. Her performances are attracting huge crowds, so huge that there have been brawls and stampedes as people push their way closer to the stage. No deaths yet, but it's only a matter of time. Riots are getting worse. We need to nip it in the bud. Ban her from performing. This is blue. Ensure her shows have adequate security. That's probably doable. Invite her to a palace for a private show. Not a matter. I'm gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything on this one. I will let everyone decide on this one. And what is blue? Blue wants... You want faith to remain low, so either way, it's fine with you. But I suppose... Oh, defiance goes up for blue. Stability goes down. Well, that's actually kind of bad. I'd rather you not do that one. Yeah, I'd rather you not do that one. This one's fine. This one's better. Right. All right. Defiance is now grumbling. Next few weeks, riots around the Songstress' shows get worse. Several deaths. What is so special about this woman's music? Stability is down to 4. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to spend some money. Do you want to see... Would you like it better on this one or this one? Galactic got 100. Hierarchy got $100. This one. Oh, I gotta start it. I know we've got like... There's a lot of green money going around. Yeah, I think because they had the good... They got a lot of money. Can you see how much money you have in that with that overlay? Does that show it? So we need... That would be good. Ooh, farm... Oh, no, that's bad. Who's funding this? Dang, barons. Stadium, less military with the stadium gives less military? Because people are... We have to put the military there. Thieves Guild, less trade. Okay. More faith. That one's because the green has so much money. Look at all the money they've got. All the richest are green. Can you... This is still... Okay, it's over. I can't click that one. $3,000. So we got Thieves Guild. Trade went down a little bit. And the Deer Park. Farming went down again. Okay. Devotion. Everything I said about the Songstress, I was completely wrong. I hired her for a private performance to see what all the fuss was about, and by the old gods, I'd never heard anything so beautiful. So moved, I gave her all my money and keys to my lodge. So, that's no, I'm sorry, you're poor now. I think you're under some kind of spell. Perhaps I am, but if so, it was worth to hear her song. You must invite her to the palace for a performance. No way. No way. No. No, no. Send an assassin to get rid of her permanently. Ban her music. This is where? This is green? Or is this blue? Do I care which one it is? Investigate. Invite her to the... Oh, man, if I do that, that's no good. That's no good. Private show. I'll let you guys decide. Yeah. Green wants to spend my money. I needed to get it under 1,500 is what the green's trying to do. I'd rather them not do that. It's close. Close vote. Okay. I have a feeling when she's here at the palace, she's going to cost me money, though. I have a feeling. Okay, Defiance down. Council has spoken. Okay, blue. Blue's what that was. I thought it was green. It's blue. Extend an invitation to the Songstress for a performance in your palace. It's graciously accepted. You cannot wait to see what all the fuss is about. Pagan prophecies. God speakers have uncovered an ancient prophecy. What's it say? That's beside the point. All I know is that specific heresy is spreading like wildfire. Must be stamped out immediately. Chiefs plan to use the prophecy to justify unseating you. True or not, many Northerners believe it. What do I need to do? Ensure that the faith in the ninth god is strong across the kingdom. It'll be our best defense against the pagans. Man, we don't do faith, though. So that goes... Was that faith and defiance goes up? Stability and authority go down. I can't have my stability going down. I'm just going to veto the first one. I'll let you guys do whatever you want to do. I can't have my stability going down. It's not the lowest, I guess. What do you think? You guys want faith to be... Yeah, keep it to 4 or less by next season. So yeah, blue wants no faith. Close one. Invent a counter prophecy. That's even better. You gotta go with that one. Oh, I want to see what the counter prophecy is going to be. All right. No one will. I'm sure no prophecy is going to be any problems with this kingdom. I'm sure it's fine. Either the council does not take the threat seriously, or you have their own agendas. Yeah, of course they have their own agendas. Yeah, let's talk about my heir. Your marriage to Aurelia has grown stale. You get along well enough. You made some good memories together, but there's no spark. It's been like 1 season. Cares more about her stupid books than your happiness. Spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Marriages are on order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. Yeah. About as well as could be expected. You're still in power, aren't you? Still got the crown on your head? That's what matters. And well so far, but something's still missing. An heir, says Mom. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick. Even if they're a bastard. Well, I'm pretty sure I have one laying around somewhere. My youngest cousin, my wife and I. No, I think be a Roman. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it worked well for the Romans. Yeah. I don't know. No one's gonna... No, the stability's gonna be bad. Stability's gonna be real bad if I go picking whoever I want. Or grab someone from an orphanage. That's gonna be real bad. And authority would be awful. No. Well, we'll have a kid together. Don't you worry about it. Traditional method. No one will object to that. Arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. All right. Far to the north, ancient ceremony in a smoky clan hall reaches a fever pitch. Henny, the chief's claimant, sits atop a throne of bones. Chanting. I hereby crown you Monarch of the North, the Lord Render, soon to be Monarch of all the kingdom. Glory to the Lord Render, chosen of Valtor. Glory to Morgana of the North. There's a lot of glory going on around here. Assembled chiefs roar in chorus with each other. Steins are smashed together. They've already joined our cause, fellow chiefs. We must bring down false king in the south and fulfill our prophecy. The only question is how. Now they got military. Lower the king to the north and sacrifice him in a pagan ritual. That's not good. Lower own defiance. Lower your own defiance. Sacrifice thousands of goats. Raise your farming. All right, blue folks. Or blue jerks, I'm going to call you now. Pretty sure you won't live long enough to raise your child anyway. What's that supposed to mean? Okay. Lure the king to the north and sacrifice him in a pagan ritual. I don't think I like that one. First we drink in honor of the gods, says Markin. Chief Markin. Final stage of the scheme, the chiefs must keep their defiance at 1 or less for 1 full season. All right. We can do... I gotta start dealing with this. I need to start putting you folks down. You're getting a little too much freedom going around. Sit on the bench outside a sun-bleached villa. 2 patricians plot their schemes. The thrice-cursed king still refuses to sell us any public land. It makes sense. Treasury not exactly suffering right now. Let's bide our time until the king's gold runs out. Yeah, you failed. Yeah, that's right. They're still trying to lower their treasury, and they have not. They haven't done it yet. Down in the march, Baron Barnaby Barnacle, visiting the wizard Gordius in his tower at Black Basalt. Last night I slept. I walked through the glittering halls of the apiary. You know what I saw? Ruined palaces, cracked and faded. Thrones of the Dream Queen stand empty. Hives are dead or dying, all according to plan. You can follow simple directions after all. As a reward, I grant you a silver mirror, which can reflect the rays of the sun as raging beams of fire. Now let's discuss the troublesome king. Thanks, Scarog. Curse him with a fate worse than death. So you're going to raise your own trade, or send him far away, raising stability. I don't know which one. It's going to be the, hey, Calcit. Thank you. Hey, Mashleth. Ooh, that's a close one. Oh, that's even. What happens if it's even? How many reds are there? I don't know how many people. There's 47 of you all together. There's probably, what, 15 or so? Raise trade, which seems like it might be the easier one. I don't know. Get rid of the tyrant. All right, worse than death can be done. Require an additional fee. Enough gold to sink a galleon, perhaps. That's a good start. I thought we'd already sealed the deal. No, something you should learn dealing with wizards is a tricky business. Hey, blues. Thank you. Get me that gold. Final stage of the scheme, the barons must raise their trade to at least 6. Okay. Now it's tax time. Well, we know who's getting taxed. Blue. And then, red and a green. Green definitely needs to get taxed. There we go. There's a seeking a truce, apparently. Let's go look at this one first. Look at all the money I got all of a sudden. Excellent. Ashmede ambassador is here. He is keen to negotiate the terms of a truce. How enough of this war will take to achieve peace? Nothing till you're dead. Is it worth pursuing peace, Marshal? Get you aside beyond the ambassador's earshot. Armies are stretched to a breaking point. She still hasn't shown their true power. No, we got tons of strength. They're demanding an end to this war. Empire has endless manpower still in reserve. Let's not push our luck. No, I want to take them out. It sounds like a matter of... Let's put it to a vote. Rather than lively citizens, bring this messy affair to an end. Force them to concede land near March. Which is good. It gets us all kinds of good stuff. Demand they pay an immense tribute. Even better. Be forgiving? No. No peace. Welcome to the forever war. I kind of like that. We need the farming. That gives me farming. I think the only one the only thing I don't want to do, that gives me stability also. I don't actually mind any of them. I'll let you do whatever. So conceding land. Red seems to like that one a lot. What does red want? Red wants trade. Yeah, red wants trade. Blue wants defiance to go down. Green apparently which wants to fight. This is a big vote, so I'll hold it open for a few more seconds. Blues are voting B. I don't know why are blues voting B. They want defiance to go down. Maybe it'll go down. Will it go down? I don't know. It'll go down on some people, I guess. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. They want money. Oh, that's money for you guys, not for me. Oh, I should have. That's the one I wanted. Anyway. Sure, unfurls a scroll so long that they could have comfortably used it as a hammock. We signed to a dotted line, just like that. The war is over. First order of business, of course, is the concessions. The March is given some valuable territory on the border, full of fertile soil and precious resources. So we got red like that one. Farming went to 7. Trade up to 8, which is what they wanted. News of your victory spreads across the kingdom. You're a hero. Even the nobles can't deny that you did a great job. Took your kingdom's oldest and most powerful victory or enemy and won. Still whispers that you should have pressed your advantage. Authority is now tyrannical. Stability is civil. Defiance is now loyal. Oh, what? Okay. That's why blue voted for that. Could have taken Ashmede's capital if the king had just had a little more spine. Yeah, you voted for the other one. Majesty's Songstress has arrived. She's tuning her lyre. She sweeps into the council hall. She carries herself with an incredible confidence. Immediately begins to pluck out a tune. Music is the most beautiful thing you've ever heard. My cheeks are damp with tears. The marshal begins sobbing. Even the spy master hides her face in her hands. Once I was a nobody now, but now you'll kneel before me, she says. Do I kneel before her? Order the palace watch to arrest her, or stay standing? I can't kneel. No. I have the authority. I stay standing. Your knees buckle and you find yourself kneeling before her. The rest of the council follows suit without hesitation. It would be treachery to show me your treasury. Treasury minus 3,000. Puncher. You show her down to your treasury and help her shovel gleaming piles of gold into some special sacks that she brought for the occasion. How clever of her. Forget this day completely to wrap this all up neatly. Oh, no! Oh, no. It's a shame the Songstress never arrived. I was looking forward to her performance. No. Last seen on a fast boat to Aurelia. Now, the recent burglary. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, now they really got what they wanted. That's why they voted for that. Oh, man. Ephra Bulbazar is here to see you. She wants to sell you a crab. A what? Let us trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The Patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. So rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. Get out of here. What's this kingdom come to? I can't buy a crab. I'm broke. I can't even afford a crab. Okay, so the Patricians are scheming now. You know I'm here. Let's just hurry. Where do I sign? Here and here. There you go. You got what you wanted. Yeah, they got what they wanted. Man. King's gold's running out. Treasurer was willing to sell off the kingdom's roads and bridges. Soon as the kingdom will be ours. What will we do when we own everything? So, your job is to raise stability or lower authority. What does green want to do? Thanks, Draven. How you doing? Apparently, green wants that one. Yeah, green only vote for this one. You'll get your turn. Not over yet, is it? Soon have the king dancing to our tune. Raise stability to at least 8 is what they want to do. Okay. If the nobles vote for the selected option, if they vote otherwise, minus 200. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. Okay, I'll leave it as I got. I'm happy with what I got. Can I lose? It's not a setting, but you're still at your desk sorting through paperwork. You never knew being a king would involve so much reading. It's getting late, dear. Come to bed. Just a minute. Okay. It'll wait till tomorrow. She smiles and departs, nothing motioning for you to follow. I hurriedly stash my papers away. As you shove a sheaf of documents into your drawer, you notice something. The smell of smoke, thick and pungent and cloying. Look up to see a hideous stone figure, leaking wisps of smoke from twisted limbs, flanked by Baron Barnaby Barnacle and Vermis, the Baron's claimant to your throne. Greetings, Your Majesty. Oh, it's that guy. Surprised to see us? Guards! Your honor guard have decided to take the night off, Your Highness. Convenient for me. You can't do this to me. Unfair, isn't it? The magic almost feels like cheating. I feel guilty about it later, after my coronation. Trembling hands, Vermis reaches out and plucks the crown from your head. Suit you, my liege. Leave this king to his fate. A new monarch and a little servant departs, leaving you alone with a wizard. It's hot in here, or is it just you? I'm supposed to give you a fate worse than death. Perhaps a taste of my own fate will suffice. I doubt you have the magical ability to overcome my curse as I have. Gordy whispers a string of words in a language you don't know. All of a sudden, your legs feel numb and heavy. Looking down, you can see your veins slowly turning the color of dull stone. Turning me stone, that's not very imaginative, is it? There's a twist. Thanks, Clayman Games. Even as a statue, you will be fully aware of your surroundings, hearing, seeing, thinking, and unmoving, feeling, unspeaking. This is the fate of which the triumvirs of Saracen condemned me. Legs and waist turn to stone now. Only moments before you're a statue. Writhe and torment. Strike a heroic pose. Strike the pose, your arms and head harden. Still see, though. The world is black and white. You can still hear. Everything's muffled. You can't scream. Oh, this is not a pleasant end. Discovered by a maid, assume that you're a statue commissioned by the former king shortly before he mysteriously vanished. Thanks to your heroic pose, you were put on display in the central square of the capital. It's not so bad watching the common folks stroll by. You come to a really despise pigeons. Oh, and that's the end. Oh, turn to stone. Monarch Vermis. Is Vermis a chatter? None dared challenge his succession, fearing the wizard Gordius's wrath. But the whims of the wizard are fickle. Soon obvious the Vermis would not rely on their magical ally. Wonder why did red win that one? Because didn't red and green succeed? Made 2 years. Spouse Aurelia and Vermis. Wealthiest was Tarok with lots of cash. Varkur, nothing. Because they had... Yeah. I guess because they lowered... I don't know. Have a good one, Cleansog. Enjoy the beach. So blue won. So blue and red, also they both won.